Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over some high ground retakes here in Fortnite Chapter 2. I'm going to be covering over some high ground retakes and showing you guys exactly how to do them and exactly why they're very helpful. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway for Fortnite Chapter 2. If you guys want to be entered in this giveaway, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, make sure you guys turn on my post notifications so you guys can get notified for every single new video, and as well, leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into the giveaway. And real quick, if you guys want to support me as a creator in the item shop, my code is Young Humor. So if you guys want to support me, definitely put in my code. It helps me out a ton. I definitely appreciate it. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to be showing you guys some high ground retakes that I started doing a lot more, and just give you guys some new ideas when it comes to doing some high ground retakes that I think can help you guys out a ton. So here, going into my first retake, this is something that I do pretty much every single game. This one's probably one of the easier ones to do, and it just doesn't take too much practice. Once you get down the mechanics of it, probably would take you maybe like a day or so if you guys have never done something like this before. And I'm going to go and explain exactly how this works. And the reason why this is so good is because from the top perspective, so this is like a high ground retake, so someone's already above you or kind of at the same level, and maybe just like one story above you looking down. And this is very good because it protects you from getting shot from above, and as well, the other player really isn't going to have a clue where you're going to come out from, which can give you an advantage, because if they slow down at all, or if they try to get shots on you and they stop for just a quick second, then that can allow you to get high ground right away, because this is very fast. You don't really mess it up too much, because once you get it down, you're not going to be messing it up that much, and it's very easy to do a ton, and also very consistently, which is really important because there is a lot of high ground retakes that you can do that just aren't as consistent, and that's why I wouldn't recommend doing them in game. They're pretty cool for creative builds and stuff like that, but as far as retakes you want to do in game, this is something that you can do every game pretty much without flaw. And the first thing that I do is I ramp, ramp above me, ramp below me, and then I place two cones. And the reason why I place two, you can place one cone if you want, but I place two because it's very hard to tell exactly, because when you place two, you can either go directly in front of you, you could keep ramping up, or you can in turn maybe jump to your left or right. And that's what's really good about this. It's really unpredictable because you really can jump to your left, you can jump to your right, you can continue to build up straight, and that's what's really good about this. And so what you want to do if you want to turn to your side, I prefer to turn to the right. It just feels a lot more comfortable, a lot more easier. And so I turn around, and once I turn around, I place a ramp or a wall directly behind me, and then what I do is I jump to the left, and then I reconnect my structures. And once you jump to the side, before you place the remaining last two walls on the jump, you have to wait a second, because if you don't wait, what's going to happen is the wall that you want to place, it's going to place right in front of you, and it's basically going to cuck you from trying to jump to the side. So in order to fix that, all you have to do is you have to make sure you're already jumped out to the side when you are placing and turbo building those walls. And that's just something that you can do, which is just going to make it 10 times easier. So that's how to do this high ground retake. Very simple to do. This is something that I do in just about every single one of my games because it's very easy to do. I can do it time and time again without messing it up. So it's not something I have to really worry about or think about too hard when I am doing it in my gunfights. And that's the main reason why I like this one a lot. And here's my next high ground retake, and this is something, it's a little bit of a variant of one that I used to do quite a bit. And I used to be the one where I would do the exact same thing, but instead I would ramp out, and then I'd place a couple ramps and a floor, and I would go for kind of like an edit with it. And it's hard to explain, I definitely have to show you guys what I mean, but for this one it's a little bit different. I basically do the exact same start, so I place the cone, I also place the floor, and then I edit on, you can either go right or left, but on the right side you want to edit both the right things and also both the left things. And once you do that, once you branch out, then you want to place a ramp, place a floor, and then lastly place another ramp, and then you can just go ahead and edit the floor and then continue to run straight. And this one is definitely a little bit more, well, definitely a lot more difficult than the first one I showed you guys, but this one definitely is still doable, and also doable very, very consistently. And this one specifically, I just do a lot more in creative. You won't see me do it too much in game because, like I said, the first one's a lot easier than this one right here. So it just only makes sense to continue to do the one that's the most consistent, because when it comes to in games and arena public matches, you want to be as consistent as possible. So you really don't want to do anything that you might have more of a chance of messing up, even though it could work just as well by all means. But you just want to do what's the most consistent and which is going to work the best. So here you can see the exact edits that I do. So I edit both those, and then as soon as I do, I connect a ramp above it, and then I also jump, and when I jump, I place another ramp, and I also place a floor. And that's exactly how I'm able to pull off this high ground retake. And once you look at it and once you slow it down, it's really not too difficult once you see exactly how it works. It might just look a little bit more difficult when you first see it. But the one thing about this is really cool about creative free builds is there's so many different things and there's so many different techniques that you can do out of this and also into it. That just makes it super unique to do. It's also like one of the basic things that you can do in free builds. Like I said, you can branch off and do a lot of things, or a lot of other things with it as well, which is one of the number one reasons why I really like this high ground retake, and I urge you guys to try to learn this and practice this yourselves. So here for my third high ground retake, and for this one, it's a little bit similar to the first one, except for there's a little bit slight variation. The thing I like about a lot of these retakes, or a lot of builds that you can use in your games and also to practice free building and creative, one thing that I really do like is that with pretty much all of these, with every single one that I'm showing you and pretty much every other build that you can see in this game, there's a lot of different variants and it can always improve. There's always different things that you can do to build on top of it and to improve and do a lot of crazy and unique type of things. So there is a lot of different variants that you can do off these builds, which is, I think these are pretty standard and pretty basic starts to when it comes to some of the things that I've seen. I've seen some crazy things that people have done in creative, and nothing even compares to what I'm showing you guys right now. So in order to do this, I guess the first thing you have to do is you want to place a cone, and once you place that cone, you want to place another cone to your side, as you can see here. And it's just like the first one, you want to jump off to the side, and once you jump over to that side, what you'd want to do next is you want to catch yourself, and then you want to edit on the pyramid. And once you edit that pyramid, you can continue to ramp up, and that's exactly how to do this high ground retake. And like I said, there's a lot of variants that you can do. You can also do the exact same thing, but as soon as you finish, instead of editing straight and ramping up, you can also jump to the left or the right of the pyramid and then continue to go from there. So there's definitely a lot of different variants that you can do off this high ground retake, and that's exactly why I would recommend learning this one. I think it's very, very good, and a lot of things you can do off of it. And just here it is again, just a little bit slower because I really didn't give like a slower version of it. So like I said, you just want to build over to the side, and then as you jump, you want to connect your walls, and then you want to go for the edit, then run straight forward, or you could go for a different type of play if you choose to do so, but that's just the way it works. And so for the last high ground retake I'm going to show you, this one's kind of a little bit more, just better for creative, definitely a little bit more flashy, pretty cool to do. And all you want to do this one is same thing, you have a ramp above you, ramp below you, and you can place cones in front of you, and then what you want to do is you want to jump to the side, and to jump to the side, you want to place a floor in front of you, then you want to place a floor and cone to your left or to your right. And once you do that, you want to edit your cone to create a ramp, and then you want to ramp up and then continue to go for high ground. Now, this is something that's a little bit more flashy. I don't see too many people do this. It's pretty cool, pretty creative, and something that I like to do quite a bit, especially when I'm doing free builds and creative, unique type of stuff like that. Pretty cool. Don't really do it too much in games because it just creates an extra step, and especially in games, you just want to win the gunfight and make it as easy as possible for yourself. You really don't want to work on or do too many things that are a little bit more difficult. You just want to keep it super simple, super easy, and just focus on winning in the gunfight. So these 4 are all the high ground retakes in this video, and these are probably some of my favorite. I also made another video, I think about 3 months ago, where I covered some other high ground retakes, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you guys haven't already, if you are looking for some more high ground retakes. And the good things about these is these HighGround retakes specifically, and the ones I also made in my other videos, you can really branch off and do a lot of other type of builds, get a lot more creative with it, and that's really going to be the building block to getting a lot better at building, getting a lot better at free building, and just being a lot more dominant in actual games when it comes to the building aspect of Fortnite. And with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.